Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki, bring you the latest and trending topics. And I vlog my life. What's up to my people? Hey, in my opinion. Hey, Carol. Hey, AT2. Thank you to all my members. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just wanted to jump on here real quick to really get my thoughts about the whole Funky Dineva and Tasha K situation. All right. Funky Dineva has had the internet on fire right alongside with Cat Williams. Okay. He decided to resign from Fox Soul. His reasoning was it was due to the financials. Like the math was just not mathing for him. And I respect that. And I just kind of felt like Funky was just standing in his worth. All right. Some of my thoughts on Funky Dineva. I feel like lately, I feel like towards the end of his reign at Fox Soul, a lot of his comments were really, really mean, especially towards Chloe Belly. He came back and apologized, but I just felt like a lot of his commentary was off kiltered. And I just kind of felt like there was a change to come. Well, ultimately, he ended up leaving Fox Soul. And he said he was good with everyone, but then I feel like there's some shadiness going on between him and Claudia. Now, Claudia appeared on Conscious TV. All right. And shout out to Conscious TV because I think he's gonna be the replacement for Funky Dineva. So congratulations to him because he's been working really, really hard. He's very good at what he does. He's a good content creator. So make sure you go over to his channel and subscribe. He does very, very good research. And I like his little twist and twang on things. You know what I mean? He just kind of stand in his truth, and I appreciate that about him. So I think it will be a good opportunity for him. He's very well versed in trending topics and things like that. So I think it'll add a different type of sauce to the show, if you will. But Claudia went on Conscious TV, and it was kind of like shade thrown towards Funky Dineva. So now, like, it's like Funky Dineva versus Fox Soul, wherever you have it. Like, I wish everybody the best. I think Funky kind of dodged a bullet, and I like seeing him back in his element on his YouTube page, doing his thing. All right. And then the tail end of all it is, who comes in to stir the pot even more? Freaking Tasha K. All right. And as soon as I heard about this, I'm like, this is a play. This is a play on her part. We all know she knows how to blow up the internet when it's time. When she wants to spend it, she spends it. But Funky has had commentary in regards to Tasha K's case in the past, in regards to her bankruptcy and things like that. So maybe she was just trying to get back at Funky, you know. But Funky was wiser and better, and I just think he smelled a rat when he smelled a rat. You understand me? Okay. Now, Fox Soul has guest had a guest, Flame Monroe. Excuse me, Flame Monroe. And apparently, Flame Monroe and Funky's history is a bit rocky. All right. They have been throwing jabs and subliminals at each other for years. And I think this is where Funky felt away and felt like Claudia was stabbing him in the back, so to speak, is when she brought Flame Monroe on. I mean, Funky says he doesn't care at this point, but Tasha K saw this as an opportunity to stir the pot. All right. Now we all know what her reputation is. We all know she be lying sometimes. Okay. Why you got to lie, Craig? Why you got to lie? And we also know that she is very messy. And I just think Funky understands about Tasha K. What you see is what you're gonna get. Okay. So I have Funky's commentary in regards to this. I'm gonna play it and then we're gonna have commentary on it. But I just feel like this is all messy. I don't have nothing against Tasha K, but she is this messy boots when she wants to be. This falls under fair use, okay? Fair use commentary. And let's hear what Funky got to say, okay? Go for it.
K. It was Tasha K. And I looked at the phone and I'm like, Lord, what Tasha K want? And just for the record, it's not okay. Hold on. Before I finish, do y'all want me to slow the chat down one more time? Right now, people can only post every 2 minutes. Do y'all want me to move it to 3 minutes? Yes, they saying yes. Okay, they're saying yes. Okay, let me conversation. I said, she said we 2 nights prior, and she wanted to know would I be willing to have a conversation with Flame Monroe. And I told her no. I said, there's no real reason.
I'm just saying, if I wanted to make peace with someone, the last person I'm gonna look to broker that is Tasha K. I just find it kind of weird, and that immediately gave me a red flag. Like, she trying to get some get back. She trying to get some revenge. I'm just saying, we all know how she operates. Period.
For me and Flame Monroe to have a conversation. I don't know Flame. We don't occupy the same spaces. We don't roll in the same circles. We in 2 different age brackets. There is no real reason for me to have any type of conversation with Flame Monroe. All right. Then by the end of the conversation, I said, she said, Q, are you sure you don't want to talk to Flame? I said, listen, I'm always down to broker peace. If Flame wants to talk, fine. Me and Flame can talk. So Tasha calls me today. She says, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I said, yeah, what's going on? She said, I got Flame on the phone. This is off the record. Cool. She was like, would you be down to talk to Flame? I'm like, okay, whatever. So me and Tasha started talking, and she said, okay,
okay, so but why you, and see, this is where I smell the setup. Why you trying to blindside me and call me out the blue to say, oh, you want to talk about this? I just find it all weird. I really, really do.
Is it okay if I record this for the culture? Y'all 2 can talk for the culture. And I said, absolutely not.
And that's when you know it's a setup, when she's saying for the culture. Let me tell you something. Tasha K has been running amok. She has been beefing with T.S. Madison and the whole transgender community. And that's what gave me pause. And like, this is a setup. This is a setup. Like, and how convenient you go to two men who are cross-dressers, and you've been trying to burn down the whole transgender community with T.S. Madison and expressing, you know, your dislike towards that community. Like, Naughty Crew, I just found it all.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I found it suspicious and weird. And to then go to Funky Dineva and then Flame Monroe after you've been saying a lot of disparaging things against their community, I just felt like it was all a setup. I really did. I just all thought it was a play to go viral again.
Absolutely not. I'm not interested in having a conversation with Flame Monroe recorded because I don't want to be part of a circus. The only thing left to do in that moment, is for me and Flame Monroe to get to arguing. It get posted on TashaKLive.com, and then it just become all this fodder for YouTube. And y'all know that I don't like being in YouTube drama. I don't like being in the story. So Flame in the background, selling out, talking all loud and hostile. Oh, well, whatever. I don't even want to do a recording because he rocks in public. It's only right that he talk in public. That right there let me know the energy that she was coming to this conversation with. She wanted a show. She wanted a read session. She had pre-rehearsed her reads and wanted to sit there and collect me together on a recorded phone call for it to go viral. You're not getting a moment out of me, sweetie. So I said, girl, bye. I hung up the phone. I went to YouTube and I made a video really quickly just detailing what happened because I already knew just that 1 second snippet of me and Tasha talking was going to become a thing. I knew it was going to become a thing. Just that 1 second snippet. Sure shit fakes. I am on Instagram minding my business like I always do. And before I can even wipe my ass good and come to talk to y'all.
Online yesterday and bumped two people that I'm close to. And I tried to mediate behind the scenes. Now, what you're seeing here before anybody try to make clickbait.
I'm sorry. Why do these two grown men need Tasha K to mediate in between them? It's just not necessary. And I'm sorry, a lot of people are not gonna like that I said this, but it's given very thirsty. Very, very thirsty. And I just think Funky, as messy as he is, he's definitely messy. I think he just smelt a rat when he smelt it. Seriously.
This interview was already put in stone before the beef happened behind the scenes, okay? And so we did address a lot of the beef during this interview between these two, and I tried to rectify it, and I just need to mind my motherfucking business, okay? And so,
I don't even think the beef between Flame and Funky Dineva was even that deep. I don't even think it was that deep. But she was going to make it a thing. You see what I'm saying? She was going to make it a thing regardless. Hold on, that commercial came on. But I just really felt like she was trying to create a toxic opportunity at the expense of Funky Dineva, especially with him leaving Fox Soul. She was trying to catch him at a vulnerable state.
bitch. But on this interview, it was my turn. And bitch, if you come after me, mother got bigger hands and a bigger dick and a bigger bank account than you. Come get it. Plus, I'm at Lawsuit Central, y'all. I'm waiting on the lawsuit.
Oh my God. Yes. I'm gonna rename my show Lawsuit Central. That's a good. I'm gonna do a sitcom called Lawsuit Central.
The fire marshal calling me, girl. The fire marshal coming. Y'all see the shit I'm talking about? Just messy. Just messy for no goddamn reason. Just messy. Here is my problem with it. And here's my problem with you, Tasha. You call.
Here's my problem. Before he get into it, I got this, Funky. I got this, Dineva. You inserted yourself in a situation, all right? But people will argue that so does Funky Dineva, especially with her bankruptcy situation, and she was trying to get her lick back. My thing is, when does all of this end? When do you stop? And I know Funky not innocent, but I'm glad he had enough wisdom to recognize the foolery from afar to protect itself. And this is just a lesson. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are just for the game and for the click and the views. And I think that's all really Tasha really cares about at the end of it all. And she don't care who she hurts in the process, as long as she gets her click and her views and she goes viral. And I'm glad Funky went viral to share this with us. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people like I don't have no hate in my blood for Tasha K, but she's messy. She's messy unnecessarily. And she turns on everybody. So I just take it as she's a person that you cannot trust, period, as far as you could throw her.
Me and Tasha and I have always had a friendly, professional relationship. You call me under the guise of being a friendly, and then the moment you get something to run with, you make it clickbait and you make it a post. There is no Funky Dineva Flame Monroe beef. There isn't any. Now you've made, you know what I'm saying? Now you've made one. Not to mention, if we're supposed to be friendly, friends, colleagues, I'm just not down with the whole platforming other people to sit up on your shit and read me down. So listen, I sent Tasha a text and I said, I really don't like how you inserted yourself in this Flame Monroe stuff. Then to make a thumbnail about a beef that does not exist. Not to mention, the shit that you did with Michelle Brown wasn't cool either. I thumbnail about a beef that does not exist. Not to mention, the shit that you did with Michelle Brown wasn't cool either. I try to maintain some semblance of a friendship with you, but it's becoming challenging because it feels like everything with you is a blog post. This simply is not cool. I don't like being in mess, and this is very misleading. Here's where I'm at with it. Because this isn't the first time Tasha's done this, all right? Tasha, you have spoke to me on the phone before, and you've done the whole off-the-record thing, and then, the minute you got off the phone with me, what we talked about is on the internet. You called me with the Chloe Bailey thing, and you did that. You ran with Fox Soul, made me apologize. I thought our conversation was off the record. You know what I'm saying? You called me under the guise of trying to broker peace with Flame Monroe. The minute you got off the phone, bam, it's the clickbait to draw everybody into your interview that was already scheduled. I don't want to be a part of your circus. I simply don't want to be a part of your circus, Tasha. So here is where I'm at with it. And with all due respect, I have no issues with you whatsoever, but I would appreciate it if you just stay in your corner and I just stay in mine, because you've shown me time and time again, Tasha, there's no other way to politely put this, that you can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what is colleague conversation, what is friend conversation, and what's going to be for the blogs. I don't know about you, but me and my friends don't roll this way. Me and people who I associate with as colleagues, we don't roll this way. We protect one another, not create further beef and issues with one another. Tasha, your style of YouTube is your style of YouTube. It's not my style. All right. I don't wake up every day. I don't like being in mess. I don't like being in drama with people. And I really do not appreciate what you just did. I hope it was great. But moving forward, Tasha, I really would appreciate it if you just leave me alone. Like, whatever type of relationship that we've had, it's now been severed. Like, just, I don't want to be bothered with nobody because I don't want to be a part of anybody's circus. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to create no internet drama. There is no internet drama and there is no beef. I simply do not like the way you move. You've demonstrated the way you move time and time again. And I am choosing to not participate in it, baby girl. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. It's no shade. It's all business. I just don't like the way you move. You've done this to me 2 times. I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
Period. And Funky has spoken. And you know what? He has all rights to that. Whether she wanted her lick back off of Funky or not for making commentary about her bankruptcy was public record. Everyone has the right to comment on it. What do you want to go after every blogger that has a comment? That whole situation with Cardi B was messed up. And I think she's regretting it. But you put your foot in your mouth and now you have to pay for it. He had a right to make commentary on it. He had a right to share his opinion on it. But when you're trying to build relationships and it's a lot of blurred lines, if it's not clear, that person can't be trusted. And I just think Funky has set a clear boundary that he does not want to be bothered. And Tasha has been messy. Even with Candace Dillard from Housewives of Potomac, her putting out that fake ass mistress. I knew she was lying. She put that out with no concrete proof, nothing. And then the lady came back and retracted. And I still really feel like that woman was planted by the Green-Eyed Bandits. I like, say what you want. That's just how I feel. And then next I see her saying, oh, she's using that same commentary that we've been talking about on YouTube. Oh, I think she lying. She tried to retract. You try to retract. People need to understand this about Tasha K. She don't have no loyalty to nobody. Everything is a possible story. And if you ever come in contact with her, protect your neck. Because you don't know what her intentions are. And that's just like when a person show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Period. Let me see what some of the comments are saying, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to give my spin. She can't be trusted. Carol says it's for clicks and views. Hey, Kaylee. In my opinion, said Tasha K is disrespectful. Carol says Tasha K is not loyal to anyone, only money, and her husband Shaq. In my opinion, feels like she mean and hateful. What's up, nephew? I feel sorry for Funky. He trusted the wrong mofo. But you know what? When people come out the blue all of a sudden trying to cozy up to me, I double take them now. Like, I second guess what their intentions are. Because it's just like, why you all of a sudden coming out the blue? He said it has been several occasions where she has showed his face. So, like, I would never get on a 3-way call or let her barter a phone call on my behalf, which my thing is they 2 grown men. If they wanted to work it out, they would have worked it out a long time ago. Period. Like, why all of a sudden do you feel the need to brokerage peace between these two, and I don't even think the beef was just even that serious. I think she saw an opportunity when Flame Monroe was on Fox Soul, and saw that Funky felt away about towards Claudia, you know what I mean, throwing shade and stuff like that, and she tried to stick her neck in it and spin it. Yeah, I think she knew it was fake from the door. She ain't care. She just wanted to throw it out there. You talking about the mistress story? She did not care. She did not care whether it was true or not. So when somebody is willing to put information out there like that, that could possibly damage a family. All right. And Chris already had went through so much with what Gizzy, Giselle, the Green Eye Bandit, had put him through with those false allegations talking about he made her feel uncomfortable. All right. He had been through so much. On the tail end of that, you want to add a mistress on top of that. Let me tell you something. Chris may be a lot of things, right? But what he is in love with Candace Dillard, without a doubt. Yes, it was nothing to fix. She started the fight for her game. Thank you, in my opinion. Thank you. All right, those are my thoughts on Tasha K. She messy as fuck. Okay, she messy. Period. And she cannot be trusted. You can't trust her as far as you could throw her. She turns on everybody. Look how she's treating her assistant. But I think they were one and the same, her and Chelsea. I think they were one and the same. Believe, like, I wouldn't trust Chelsea as far as I could throw her either. And she the whole reason why Tasha K is now in lawsuit with Kevin Hart. All right, that's Chelsea doing. Shout out to Storm Monroe for connecting those dots or whatever. That was Chelsea's big one. But Chelsea used to work for Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee. And when she left him, she wrote a tell-all book. Like, for the life of me, like, people need to pay attention to people's patterns. If they this way with a past relationship, most likely they're going to be the same way with you. And that's what Tasha get, y'all, for real. Like, she be putting her foot in her mouth. I think the woman is talented in how she tells stories and things like that. But all this messy underlying bull crap, stirring the pot for no reason, just to garner attention, it's just all unnecessary. It's all unnecessary. And this is the reason why, she is meeting up with all these ex assistants. She just found a niche, right? But she gives these interviews and there's no like real proof to back up anything. And she really, really, really clout trolling Will and Jada Smith, all right, with their ex assistants. And this common sense kicks in. What is so salacious about what he's saying? If you ask me, he has more of a vendetta against Jada than Will. He just does not like Jada Pinkett Smith. Because at the end of the day, even if Will Smith and Dwayne Martin had a relationship, they both were adults, they both were consenting. I think the only thing that's a little bit salacious is the fact that they both were married at the time. But it's been rumored for years that Will and Jada have had an open relationship, so she don't care. And Tisha Campbell left broke. She left him. Okay, she got tired of him playing her. So where's the salaciousness in bringing out his ex best friend, ex assistant? But besides the fact that he has a lot of connects within the industry, he knows a lot of people, which a lot of people after seeing that interview will probably back up from him, like, cause you a whole snitch. He did. To me, he made it very clear that he does not like Jada. So then you tried Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart said, "Oh no, I'm gonna get you on extortion." And again, what did the ex-assistant say that we didn't know already? We know Kevin Hart is a cheater. His wife knows he's a cheater. That's how she got him, cheating on his ex-wife. What's salacious about it? So I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, Naughty Crew. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. My common sense factor is kicking all the time when she puts these stories out and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, that's why I'm not subscribed to Tasha K Live. Yeah. Mm-mm. I feel the same. And when I first came on the scene, and I thought that's what Tasha K was about, in my opinion. Seeing her, going, bringing food and gifts to people, and just her whole style. That's what I thought. But it was like a gaslight, if you ask me. And I don't necessarily think she's always for the betterment of the community. Seriously. And at the end of the day, all she cares about are her children and her husband and her money. That's it. That's all she cares about, is her bottom line. She's just been reckless a lot. Yes, in my opinion, wrecking families all over the world. All right. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents about the situation. And I just think Funky Dineva smelled a rat when he smelt it, and he knew when to back up. You know what I mean? And I know if Tasha K were to ever contact me, I will push her right to text message to make sure I have a record of all conversations. I wouldn't even talk to her on the phone. You know what I mean? Look, I'm not no hater, and I wish her the best. Like, she has a style that's all her own and things like that. But I just don't like the senseless mess without any evidence, without any proof. You just causing havoc all over the place. And it's just like, you would not want anyone to come into your family and do the same thing. And I just think she lacks empathy for a lot of situations, especially for the transgender community. I mean, the way her and T.S. Madison have been going back and forth, and when she hosted that Now's That's TV reunion for one of the shows, she got into it with every last one of the transgender people. I just feel like she really has a dislike for that community, a strong dislike for that community. So I felt it was very calculated on the tail end of her going back and forth with like T.S. Madison. And then now she's trying to link Flame Monroe with Funky Dineva, 2 men that cross dress. After you made all these disparaging comments about their community, make it make sense. There's one for you, Mims. Shout out to Mims. Shout out to AT2. All right. And shout out to In My Opinion. I appreciate you all joining me for my rundown of what I feel about these things. Let me see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any more comments. Thank you, in my opinion. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? For what can a man give in return for his soul? Absolutely. And a click in a view was just not worth it for me. I'm definitely in this YouTube game for the better good of people. And trust me, I like my little gossip. I like to talk my mess or whatever, but I'm just not in the business of tearing people down just because I feel like that's just not cool. And when you have behaviors like that and you put that type of energy out into the universe, eventually it's going to come back and smack you. And yes, all right. So please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you could be reminded when I update content to my channel. Please subscribe to my backup channel. I'm trying to get monetized over there. I think I'm gonna start going live from there. Just to go live, just to chit chat with my people and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to figure out what direction I want that channel to go in, because I don't want it to be this whole salacious celebrity gossip stuff. That's what this channel is for. All right. And I hope everybody, as you walk through your day, that you
ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business.
stand on business. All right. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.